Welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
We're looking at the new incarnation of the famous Camp Nou, now even more prominent as the symbol of the Catalan capital. We are just getting started. And he's lost his man here. Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Yamal. He's having a hit. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Well, that pass isn't the best. It's a good run, this. One that is high in energy. Well, terms like genius and legend are often overused in football, but there is very little doubt that they do apply to this fella, the great Ronaldinho.
One of the best there's ever been, Peter, and always with a smile.
He was born with a football at his feet. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Backward it goes. That's really well manoeuvred. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Ibrahimovic. And it's Aguero. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Aguero. He's got away. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Yeah.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
So we're still where we started right now. Gerrard. And here's Yamal. He's found some space. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. The cut. Ibrahimovic!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping. I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. Del Piero. Bullish header! Yamal. Well, that looks a decent ball. Maldini spots it and intercepts. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Gerrard. Half an hour played now. Threads one in. Maldini. Rodri. Eintracht Frankfurt are looking to break at pace. And this is Ronaldinho. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play him in. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And this is Del Piero! deftly away. Rodri is onto this. Well read, and the danger is averted. Yamal, and he cuts out the supply. Maldini has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Now it's Yamal. Yeah. Can he get it through? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable.
Menino Ney vem pro jogo.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. Serán
To get things going again.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Cruyff going face to face with his great rival. Ronaldinho is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Ronaldinho. Del Piero.
Oxi.
That has not gone. Shoots!
Dependability is one thing, and he
Eita
brings that to his
vacilo da
game.
bicha.
But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And this is Ronaldinho. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Yamal. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Good ball, good take. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Nicely spread. It's a promising position. Delivers the ball.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. Okay, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Yamal. Thuram.
Não era assim.
While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Chance here to counter. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And he welcomes it in. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Foot in. Yamal running with the ball. And it's Hullet. Oh, nice one too, very nice. Now it's Neymar.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Well, that pass surprised. It's Neymar! Well, now it's oh, he's been caught on it here.
Não, velho. Era a chance, era a bola do empate.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Could be danger here. Turan. Now it's Cruyff. Hullet. Schneider can see things others simply cannot. And here's Yamal. Turan gets into a good position. Well, this could be it. Past something close to a minor miracle.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Era pra
Yamal
acertar,
given the
velho.
lift of his goal. Turns back here, probably the best option. Swung over. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Maldini. Pass somewhat off target.
Nice. Cansou o Ronaldinho. Caraca, velho. Ai, ai. O Laira também esgotou. Pra cima. Deixa eu ver aqui uma coisa. Não, pera.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. Ibrahimovic,
Vamos lá, tio Han.
Schneider serán sustituidos por el dorsal 10, Ronaldinho, el
The most
dorsal
accurate
3,
Não
pass.
acredito, velho.
Benatia.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Quality ball. Kaká carries the ball down the right.
Minuto de descuento.
Kaká supplying the width on this right-hand side. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And that is as much time as there will be. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
The type of defeat that's hardest to take, Peter. One where you know the game was winnable, yet no matter what you did, it just wouldn't go in.
Jogão, assisti 1 a 0 pro João.
Vamos lá. Oba. Okay.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
We're looking at the new incarnation of the famous Camp Nou, now even more prominent as the symbol of the Catalan capital. Things already rolling. Oh, he's having a go! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Del Piero actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Yamal. He won't be happy with that one. Good effort from distance. Ambitious, but just off target.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more. I'd really like to see Ronaldinho given freedom on the left flank here, Peter.
Yeah, the idea being that, of course, he can make good use of those dancing feet.
Yeah, and playing out wide just gives him more room and allows him to come inside onto his stronger foot, either to shoot or to link up with those who are congregating centrally.
And this is Pato. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Yamal. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Rijkaard. That's destined for the flank. Thuram cannot be beaten that easily. Pato. Big chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
No goals as yet. Yamal, a player who needs no introduction. Oh, easy pickings there. Gerrard, pass somewhat off target. Passing is crisp and sharp. Played right into his... And Del Piero! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Del Piero clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's been taken short. So it's going to be another corner. Corner number 2 then. Schneider goes short. And here's Schneider. And now they can spring out of defence.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Pato unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Del Piero. Now it's Yamal. Great ball if he can get there. He has found a way through. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. Well, that looks a decent ball. Now it's Hullet. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Hullet clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Hullet. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And it's Hullet. Rodri gets over and intercepts. Pato. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's on it. Can he get away? Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face to face with his great rival. He is just caressing the ball. That's good defending, very good defending.
Really well played. He read that perfectly.
Tries to get it clear. He's looking wide. And that's been drilled in. Shoots! And now a sudden chance to counter. Rijkaard. Vieira. And here's Gerrard.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Del Piero. And here's Pato. And here's Yamal.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Del Piero has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And the referee says that is that for the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So, into the second half. So, the first half brought no goals. Vieira ventures forward. Oh, well played. Gerrard. Vieira. And Yamal. He's not getting his way this time. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Maldini is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Can he spark a counter here? Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. And here's Hullet. That's where it came from. Nice control. Now this could be a chance. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Not the most convincing of passes. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Pato. Pato stood his ground strongly. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Schneider. Looking to play him in. And this is Gerrard. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. It is still anyone's game, 0-0.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's Pato! Now, who's going to be first to this? And Del Piero! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Del Piero is offering a wry smile there.
Tries to pass it through. He's had it taken off him. Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Stood up well to him there. Rijkaard. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Rodri. Once more, he proves rigid and robust. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He's shifting through the gears here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And here's Yamal. Del Piero. Turan. And it's Del Piero. Schneider. And here's Yamal. Yamal. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, Red, nice interception.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
And this is Schneider. He's got away. There's the header! And he hits the net. And that could well be the winner.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 17.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal
You
11.
felt it was coming. 1-0.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Serán sustituidos por el
Eintracht
dorsal
Frankfurt
12.
really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
El dorsal 6.
Oh, this looks sharp.
El dorsal 12.
Defending was strong and firm. Schneider plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Vieira. Maldini. That's at the end. Relief finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. So a game of thrills and tiny margins, so many what-ifs and what might have beens, but eventually we have a winner.
Well, I thought only one team could win this, certainly in the last few minutes, Peter. They didn't half make it hard on themselves, but sometimes you just have to win games whatever way you can, and that they did.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Wow, this truly is impressive. The future Camp Nou, it has been christened. A show of power, prominence, prestige for Barcelona. Things already rolling. Eintracht Frankfurt are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Looking for the run.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
And not just close, agonisingly close.
Thuram. Desai. And it's Vieira. No way through. And it's Rijkaard. Played through into space. Shoots! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Rodri cannot be beaten that easily. That has ended up in no man's land. Vieira is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. That's good running with the ball. Oh, super ball! Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Still goalless at the moment. Rijkaard makes a dash for it. Now it's Sneijder. Played back. Takes the shot! Oh, that's fabulous! A finish of true class! Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's been cut out, well played. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And this is Messi. Now it's Luis Suarez. He's a sharp little ball here. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, he's played it in low. That has not gone well. Thuram drives forward on the overlap. That's tidy. Big chance! Has another go! It's a goal! They are purring, truly purring. And that will surely surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Yamal, he's found a way through, and the finish! Oh, brilliant from Yamal! He's got himself an absolute peach. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to...
He's gone for goal.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Good ball, good take. Rodri. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
It's hard to believe we're only at half-time. The lead is 3, but for how long? It's anyone's guess. So we're off again. Here's Vieira. And here's Del Piero. Rafael Varane. Schneider. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And he's only too happy to take that back. This is a promising build-up. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Now then, clash of the egos.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Ronaldinho. Rodri. Messi. Mbappe charging forward, the ball at his feet.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Messi. Messi. There's the shot! And that's a sharp finish. And they are right back within touch.
Marcó en el minuto 58.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Eintracht Frankfurt may be down, but not out just yet.
La asistencia a este partido.
And that has left him in a heap.
8.004 espectadores.
Ronaldinho. Rodri.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. And that is exemplary defending.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Maldini defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Oh, he's all alone. He's had a shot! Schneider. Yamal, a player who needs no introduction. And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 22, el dorsal 18, Luis Suárez, el dorsal 15, el dorsal 10, Schneider, el dorsal 2. Serán
Pato
sustituidos
goes for
el
goal!
dorsal 19, el dorsal
That's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Alexander Pato actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Gerard, el dorsal 6.
Del Piero will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And Del Piero! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Del Piero with the short one. Incoming delivery. Kaka. Looking for options for movement. Eintracht Frankfurt are looking to go forward now. That's really well manoeuvred. Desai spots it and intercepts. Now it's Pato. Nicely weighted ball. And it's Gerard. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Cruyff.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Maldini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Del Piero looking to pass their way up the pitch. Cruyff.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Pirlo. Del Piero. Yamal. Now it's Gerard. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, that's nice.
2 minutos de descuento.
Can he finish? Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Alexander Pato really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So now the difference is 3. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And that's that. Well, that was a tale of 2 very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Yamal voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
fechei o olho e só fui fora do Vieira e do Desailly. Brincando ali, só fechei o olho e fui. Assim, alguns ali eu tive muita sorte. Tô tirei um giro de 900, Gattuso, Del Piero, Adriano.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Wow, this truly... It tries one from range! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically...
Big chance! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he? Del Piero will be relishing this game to showcase his many talents.
The guy's just class, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the only way to stop him is to get players around him quickly. If there's any standing off, then he'll dish up some severe punishment.
Hazard! Oh, it's come off the upright! It's in!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Pirlo. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's found a way past. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Yamal. Now it's Neymar. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Vieira. Now Pirlo.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Eintracht Frankfurt are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this. And he shoots! Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Desai, a player who needs no introduction. Vieira. And he's there to make the challenge. Schneider. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And here's Neymar. That has not gone well. He's going for goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Schneider. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, lovely feet. He is such a good mover. Neymar! It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. And the shot! Hazard. Del Piero. Del Piero has been caught there. It's a foul. Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Vieira is one of those players who's known for... And drive! That was quite a hit. Yamal gets on his bike and on the move. Great vision. Now that's well seen too. Yamal, nice looking ball. And that was asking for too much. Goes long and straight. That's a good ball. Maldini. And here's Cruyff. Yamal. Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Rijkaard. And here's Yamal. Well, that looks a decent ball. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Vieira. Picked out brilliantly. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't leave them. He'll try from distance. Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
And here's Neymar. Schneider.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, well played. And the referee has blown for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 13, Neymar,
Gets us going once
será
more.
reemplazado por el
Well, I
dorsal
think in these
19.
circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Pirlo. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. And it's Schneider. Schneider makes a dash for it. Schneider going face to face with his great rival.
Wow, look who's involved.
Thuram. Played towards the other side. And it's Maldini. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Schneider having a look. Great chance here to level it up. This might spell danger. Oh, shooting chance! And no mistake. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Nice interception, well timed.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
That's good play. Good ball, good take. Pirlo. Yamal is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, easy pickings there. Maldini. Schneider. Yamal. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Pirlo. And Yamal. He's being urged to shoot. Now it's Del Piero. And he is dashing away. Desai did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Del Piero. Rijkaard ventures forward. Just eases him off the ball. Yamal. Oh, it's Rijkaard. Yamal. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And he's managed to get free. Yamal! And that's a real chance missed.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Oh, that's fabulous. And no, he's seen through all of that.
Eintracht Frankfurt clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
The referee's awarded a free kick, and he's going to have his name taken. Two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Eintracht Frankfurt really will have to throw everything at this now. Desai. And it's Varane. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Pull it. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Del Piero plays it short. And it's Del Piero. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Benatia wins the duel this time. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Can he finish? He's done very well to get to that.
Suarez is offering a wry smile there. All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
And it's been taken short.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Del Piero with the short one. Decent chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Ibrahimovic. They'll have to settle for that. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.